Today we'll be taking a look at the Apollo S 3.0. This is a MCPRUE inspired ITX case starting at $439 including delivery. I'm aware this case won't be for everyone due to the front panel design, price tag or both, but it's a unique and interesting case nevertheless. Let's start things off by taking a look at the main case specifications. It's worth noting that you can squeeze about 10mm of extra length for the GPU by removing the front AIO cables. I tested a few different air coolers for compatibility and found the internal power extension cable can cause interference with some air coolers, mainly dual fan tower coolers, and that removing one of the cooler fans will likely address this in most situations. Next up we'll take a look at case fan compatibility. The case supports a lot of fans, however what you can actually install at one time will be dependent on the system configuration you're using. The Apollo S 3.0 also uses its own unique fan mounting solution for case fans, and this doesn't work for all fans and not at all for slim case fans, so you'll have to source some compatible M3 screws for the top and front case fans if applicable. The case supports 280mm side radiators, no 240s here, and depending on the length and orientation of the radiator, you won't be able to install either the front or rear case fan. You can install a second slim 280mm by 20mm radiator at the top of the case if you're custom liquid cooling. However, I'd only recommend this with a short GPU water block like those of Nvidia's 30 and 40 series, so to block the radiator as little as possible. You'll also be limited to fans with gaps between the mounting holes, as you'll have to secure the fan to the radiator first using radiator screws, then secure the fan to the top of the case with the included case screws. This is a little annoying to do, but possible. Now let's take a look at the main hardware configuration used for testing. I'll leave a list to each individual build in the video description. I'm going to go quiet as there's not a lot to talk about here while I run through how everything goes together and fits into the case. The power supply has a few different mounting positions, so find one that suits your needs best. You can also install two 2.5-inch SSDs between the PSU and the motherboard, but I wouldn't bother as this is an awkward location due to cables. Before moving on to some thermal benchmarks, I'd like to point out the impressive build quality of the case and that you shouldn't have any problems running very high-end hardware configurations, granted the components themselves fit. For builds, first up we have my AIO simulator. I did also test with two top 120mm slim case fans using 140 to 120mm mounting brackets. This reduced overall system temps by roughly 3 to 5 degrees. Up next we have an air-cooled setup. Finally, we have a fully liquid cooled setup, and to close out the video, I'd like to thank AlphaCool for their continued support and everyone else for watching. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or on the MCPRUE Discord, linked in the video description.